Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama party, grown and sexy. Join the party, pajama party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
Welcome to a Friday night at the Pajama Party. This is Friday, and this is it. You reached the right place. You're connected to the right thing. And one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir.
All right. Okay, the gang's all here. So while we're prepping to prep up.
You prepping for the prep?
Yeah. Prepping for this new drink we got tonight.
Oh,
How
yeah.
about that?
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of that?
It's called a peach ginger julep.
Ooh.
It's a tongue twister. You can't say it fast. Peach ginger julep.
I think they said put ginger in there as well.
Ginger ale.
I ain't messing with y'all tonight.
Okay, I thought it was Jamaican ginger.
No, they didn't say anything about that.
Okay.
But anyway, how you doing tonight, Poppa DD?
I'm doing all right. I had a rough week. I'm just trying to relax
Did you?
myself.
Did they beat you up bad this week? Yeah, you probably deserved it.
Did they call your name at least?
It was a big old conspiracy concocted by the man.
Conspiracy?
Perpetrated by the man?
Perpetrated by the man.
By the man? For the man?
For the man.
To the man.
Just to keep a brother man down.
Underestimated, undermined,
It's hard out here for a pimp.
underachieved, marginalized.
Oh, Papa, he's a pimp now?
That's what I heard.
Oh, quiet as... Oh, my bad. Quiet as a cat. Okay.
Yeah, don't say it too loud.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, how you doing, Ketel?
I can't complain at all. One day at a time. I'm doing fine right now.
All right.
My Modelo.
Oh, I see. Sip, sip, gulp, gulp.
I done went to Mexico.
Ah, arriba. All right. Well, are we ready to hit the rundown?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, and even though no one asked, I had a great week.
Oh, yes.
Everything was
I
just
forgot
lovely.
she was here.
Oh, you forgot me, actually? Yeah, everything was lovely.
Good.
Everything's coming of roses.
Folks didn't get on your last nerve?
Of course they did, but that's okay, because now it's Friday and we're at the pajama party. I got my slippers. I got my favorite red rose.
All right.
My long stem glass. And it's all good.
Well, that's why we got the kisser list, so you can add them to the kisser list then.
You know what? I think I will.
All right. All right. We're going to get into this rundown here.
Okay. What you got for us tonight?
All right. Our hot topics tonight. Even in the military, black people are punished disproportionately. This week in Washington, there's a lot going on. The FDA asked drug maker to pull opioids due to abuse. Really? About time.
They finally thought that might be a good idea, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hidden and quitted headlines. Man goes on racist rant at Chicago Starbucks. Alabama executes man on death row for 23 years. Chimps are not people in Obama's D.C. mansion.
Okay.
What's popping with Poppa DD? He got a surprise for us tonight. We're going to get into a pillow talk tonight. Peep and cheating husband. Our weird news. Angry man against City Hall with bed bugs. Massachusetts medical pot dispensary selling marijuana pizza. And Peacock destroys bottles in liquor stores. I'm just saying, with Redwine, don't blame black folks for your racist bull. Living for the City with Poppa DD. Got another surprise for us tonight. My Hollywood wrap-up. I'm going to talk about Little Kim, George Clooney, Vivica Fox, and Ariana Grande. Cocktail of the week is called the Peach Ginger Julep. The PGJ. All right, I like that. Our kisser list and last word. Sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, because that's what we're doing. And we'll be right back with our hot topic.
And don't forget, it's Black Music Month.
All right now.
And we're going to celebrate with some of our favorite black music on this break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD, here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
What's up?
What's up? They got the coaster.
What's up?
Wait, there you go.
Yeah,
how y'all doing?
we fine.
We
We
good.
Okay.
can ready to get into these stories after we sip on this cocktail.
Yeah.
Try it out.
Yeah, and that was Bruno Mars from his latest project, 24 Karat Magic.
All right.
Title cut. So thank you, Bruno, for dropping by. We have some more Bruno coming up later on the break.
All right.
Celebrating Black Music Month.
There we go. We're going to celebrate him.
Black and, in Bruno's case, Black and Latino. Black Music Month. Woo.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Hot topics. Who's up first? Let's see. We're going to talk about the military.
Papa.
Unfair treatment in the military.
Uh-oh, shut up.
You know, it's a shame. Brothers serving, putting their life on the line, and they still can't catch a break.
I know.
You know?
I mean, that's how it was.
What you got to do?
When they were flying airplanes, Tuskegee men and everybody. So
What did you have to do?
change your skin color?
Oh,
say
well.
it. Yep, let's say it. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay, on you, Papa.
That drink is very good.
All right, kick it off. What you got for us tonight?
Anyway, even in the military, black people are purged. They're punished, disproportionately. Black people, members of the military, are substantially more likely to be treated like crap more than their white counterparts. Members to be punished in 4 out of 5 branches of the armed forces, according to a new study published by the military advisory group Protect Our Defenders. Data obtained by the organization through the Freedom of Information Act revealed that black service members were as much as 2.5 times more likely than their white counterparts to face court-martial or non-judicial punishment on average year. It's really interesting because, and this goes on very frequently. There's a lot of people that have been discharged from the military for superfluous things, which is so sad. So
that's so wrong.
Yeah. Well, we've always been the whipping boy. Anyway, these results raise questions about the discriminations amongst military officers responsible for disciplinary service members. Protect Our Defenders said in a press release. Retired Colonel Don Christian, the group's president and former chief prosecutor of the Air Force, claimed that military leaders are aware of the racial disparity and have done nothing to address it.
Mm-hmm.
So the top brass has also vigorously opposed any suggestions that the command and control system is one-sided when it comes to biasness. I guess they would. But anyway, however, the military's own data raised serious challenges to the ideal that the system is currently is not even capable of delivering impartial justice, seeming that blacks who commit crimes are usually routinely put in a perspective that is much more
That's really
powerful than
messed
their white
up.
counterparts.
I mean, don't they put their lives on the line just like everybody else?
No, without a doubt.
Skin color, that's all it is.
Yeah.
But if anybody's going to get the beat down, it's going to be the brothers. That's not right.
Sad, but it's true. But I think it's been going on for a long time. They just bringing it to the forefront,
Yeah, they finally conducted a study, huh?
Really? Just like the
epidemic as opposed to junkie.
Right. What
Who's an epidemic? No, your brother's a junkie.
What was the study they did with the brothers back in the day? I think.
Oh, the Tuskegee study, the syphilis study.
Yeah.
Okay. Deliberately gave them syphilis just to see what would happen.
Why we got to be the brother, like you said?
Well, we're such a residual people. We've been able to survive all kind of anarchy type situations. No weapons brought against us.
So they're basically saying, okay, they studied it, they acknowledge it, but
what you gonna do?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Mhm.
So that's like saying, okay, we see the problem, we acknowledge it's a problem, but we're not going to fix it, and we're not going to do anything about it other than say we acknowledge it. So they're just saying basically, okay, we know that there is a problem, and we acknowledge that there is a problem, and we're going to continue to study the problem.
Yes.
But nobody's going to fix the daggone problem.
Until somebody start acting a fool, some brother. He's going to take it matters in his own hand, and then that's when you're going to say, okay, the brother's deranged or yada yada.
Then they'll say, see, this is why the black men get treated like they do, because they act a fool.
Right. But if you push and push, that's anybody. I don't care who you are. You
Exactly.
Push
That's not
limit.
a policy.
Right. You push them to the limit, what else you going to do?
That's right.
Sounds like this situation with the scandal of D.C., the Comey thing.
Oh, yeah, that's been a real hot mess.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about that. Did you have anything else to add to that one, Papa?
No, just the fact that, like Ketel was saying, it's a skin color thing. And it's really not so much the skin color thing as much as it is a connection, because I think that when it comes to a certain race of people, as long as they project that particular that avenue of freedom from the beginning of life, once a cat or a puppy gets hit over his head with a rock, it's always precautious of the humans. If it's never got hit with a rock over the head, it rolls all up against anybody. You see, look at this real friendly dog, this real friendly cat, because the little 8-year-old boy didn't hit it with a rock yet.
Mm-hmm.
Once he's hit with a rock, it's precautionary. He's leaning around the corner peeping and looking because he's been struck. And I think that's the same theory of black people, is that they've been struck so much, not so much the actual individual themselves, but the generations,
Mm-hmm.
And once you are birthed in the body of a feared group of people, then what makes you think that the electrodes won't go through the stomach and, just you'll have the same melting pot of fear and attitude and apprehension and everything else,
I agree.
So, just like rhythm and dancing. They say black folks got rhythm because their parents may have danced a lot while they were pregnant. In the same way, if the father was always, cautious when a police car rolled up, the child's going to see it and feel just as bad.
I thought it was for all those spankings when you had to dance when that belt's slinging at you. You doing that, I won't do it no more dance.
Yeah. Or duck and dance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, this week in Washington, I have like a brief roundup of all of the foolishness and mayhem that went on in D.C. this week. So, of course, we all know that Comey testified, the fired FBI director, ex-FBI director, that the president fired. And he testified in front of Congress, and each of the congressmen who were questioning him had 7 minutes. Each of them had 7 minutes to ask whatever questions they wanted to ask. So basically, the bottom line is, by the time Comey had finished making his statements, he basically said that the president lied.
Right.
About things that he said that the president asked him about things like, I need your loyalty, I demand loyalty, and all of this kind of stuff. And the president came out today and said, I never said that. No, I did not say that. And, if you missed it on TV, it looked like most of the country was glued to the TVs and smart devices, laptops, and everything, watching this testimony. People actually had viewing parties to watch this testimony.
Wow.
I thought, wow, y'all are some political junkies.
Well, y'all had shit else to do.
Yeah, they were talking about it's like the Super Bowl of politics. And I'm like, oh my goodness, really?
Get a life.
Yeah, really. So anyway, I thought Comey appeared to be very honest and straightforward. He wasn't stumbling over his answers.
Yeah.
He didn't have a pile of papers and notes in front of him. He had nothing in front of him.
Wow.
He just sat there and answered questions, and even if they rephrased the questions, he still gave the same response.
He was well spoken.
He was very well spoken and very confident in his responses.
Yep, that's the key word.
So to me, if he's lying, he made it look very convincing.
Yeah.
So, but one of the things I thought was interesting is that he said he really did not appreciate the way that the president defamed the FBI.
All right.
He basically said the FBI wasn't doing a good job and all this kind of stuff. He took issue with that.
But on that note, he was there at the FBI building. And remember, he said that they were doing a great job, yada, yada, yada. And
exactly.
a couple of days later, you talking about they're not doing a great job.
Yeah, and then he said Comey was a nut job.
Yeah, but he he need to go look in the mirror.
See, this is why I'm saying it makes you wonder either the president has some kind of mental condition or he's just a liar.
Right.
Or both.
Yeah.
But something's not right. Because you just made a very good point. You said, the president said, FBI's doing a great job, Comey's doing a great job. All this sounded like he had full confidence. And then, a few weeks or whatever it was later, now you're saying the opposite. Comey's a whack job, and I have no confidence in FBI. Then you turn around and fire him.
Come on now.
The president says that he did not give any kind of indication that he wanted Comey to back off of the Flynn investigation. But Comey sat there and said that the president said, it would be, how did he phrase it? I really wish you could let this go, or it'd be good if you could let this go, or something along that line. And he said, I took that as a request to let it go. I mean, you're the president of the United States. So I kind of agree with, I do agree with Comey. I would take that as a request to let it go. And he was saying, I can't do that. I have to do my job. I can't kowtow to you.
He's upholding whatever he signed, or he took an oath on.
Exactly. Well, the president was somewhere else. I think I don't know where he was. He was someplace else, and reporters were asking him questions, and they asked him would he be willing to testify under oath. And he said 100%, 100%.
Oh, my God.
And I'm thinking, well, because you're not scared to lie.
His lawyers, boy, they're going to tell him, you're going to have to back out of this for 3 years.
Yeah. Well, somebody's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it up to the investigators to figure out who that is.
We need to put them on that game show to tell the truth.
Oh, for real. So the other thing going on is, of course, now that there's, in the testimony, it came up about memos and tapes and whether they exist. Is the White House recording meetings and conversations? We don't know. So they're asking for all of the tapes and memos and everything. And
who was asking for that?
The Judicial Committee that's investigating everything. And they're asking if all this stuff exists. They want it by June 23rd.
Wow.
So we'll see if anything comes up. In other news, lighter news in D.C. this week, the reflecting pool in front of the monument is all contaminated. And 80 ducks died as a result.
Really?
There were 80 dead ducks floating around in the reflecting pool.
But they were renovating it maybe about a year ago, and they said it wasn't going to be finished until maybe next year.
Well, I don't know if it was finished, but there was water in it, and the ducks were in there, and 80 ducklings died. They said that the water was contaminated. It appears that it was some snails. I guess that had gotten in there or were living in there, and they were contaminated, and I guess the ducks ate the snails.
Oh, God.
So they were saying that it's actually bad for humans to be in contact with this contaminated water. I don't think it'll kill any human, but they're saying you could end up with a bad rash if you come in contact with it. So if you're in the D.C. area and you want to go down to the monument, don't put your hands in the reflecting pool. And the last one I have is that the word on the street is that Melania Trump is moving to the White House this month.
Really?
Yeah, little Barron has finished school now, or will be in the next couple of days, and they're making preparations to now finally move to the White House.
So it won't be so many.
It won't be so drafty anymore, Poppa DD. You're going to have to suck it up and put on a sweater.
It won't be no more security in New York. They want to spend $3 million every time that they leave,
Yeah, so the staff is jumping and hopping, trying to get everything in order.
Interesting.
And make sure they have everything to her liking.
So the youngest one, he's going to live there too, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I guess next year, I don't know what grade he's in, but I guess next year for school, he'll be going to school in Washington.
Interesting. I
or
guess
somewhere in the D.C.
Sidwell Friends, as they always go to.
Yeah, that's where all the presidential children go.
Isn't that special?
Yes, Sidwell Friends.
You have any more news about Washington now, Papa?
Well,
We're
why
in trouble.
Did you ask?
Well, I wanted to leave it open. I didn't want to leave him out.
That situation with Trump and everything like that with Comey, I think Comey should get the last word against it and run against some of the Democrats in the next election because Hillary was a lousy candidate, completely lousy. She had too much baggage, and she had too much baggage that could be kicked around. This Trump did. Been around the world talking about her baggage. And sure enough, when it panned out to be true, and they kept talking about how many emails are destroyed, and he put that in different schools and everything, and it just got watered down completely. So, I mean, I don't even know if who knows where the different players are going to be, come in the future. But I definitely think that Comey should run for president against Trump. That's the best way he can get the last word on his ass.
That'll be interesting.
And see how people feel about him.
Because he sure seems to be like an honest Abe.
All right. Then.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I think he doesn't want his reputation to be tarnished, and also the FBI's reputation.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying.
Yeah, it's been tarnished in the past. I'm quite sure, but he's like, not on my watch. It ain't gonna happen. Simple as that. Well, I'm gonna round up the hot topics now. We're gonna switch over from Washington to opioids.
Not the opioids.
Some drugs.
Okay, what's happening with the opioids?
The FDA, for the first time ever, the FDA, they need to be spanked on their damn bottom. The FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, has asked the drug company to pull a painkiller off the market because it has such a high potential for abuse. Okay, duh. So on Thursday, Opana ER, an extended release form of the opiate drug made by the drug company Endo, was being crushed up and ejected by people seeking to abuse it. Crush the drug and you want to inject it? Really?
People do some wild stuff trying to chase that high.
I guess so. So they claim they want to remove it from the market. So as they say, the FDA says after careful consideration, the agency is seeking removal based on its concern that the benefits of the drug may no longer outweigh its risks. This is the first time the agency has taken steps to remove a currently marketed opioid pain medication from sale due to the public health consciousness of abuse.
They need to get that fentanyl off the market. That's what's really killing people. I never even heard of that one.
Maybe that'll be the next one. So the action will protect the public from further potential for misuse and abuse of its products. They said the Center for Disease and Control Prevention, they said they had, from this opioid drug, overdoses have hit a record high. 47,000 people were killed in 2014.
Dang.
And more than 32,000 had died in accidents. So, I mean,
that's a lot.
It is. So the company Endo, which sold $158 million worth of the Opan ER in 2015, they had reformulated the pills in 2012 and sought to be to get them labeled as abuse deterrent. But they said it made it worse. So
they tried to reconfigure the pill to allegedly make it better.
I guess.
Well, I wonder if they said when they thought they were making it better, did they mean making it better meaning more potent? Or were they trying to make it better meaning less able to be abused?
That's an interesting question. It doesn't say in this article. But if they made it more potent, then you had to use
less of
less,
it.
right. And I don't know. But injection abuse of this formulated opioid has been associated with a serious outbreak of HIV and hepatitis C. Both viruses spread with people that share needles. So.
Oh, I was going to say it must be from needle sharing.
Right. So they're crushing it up apparently, or cooking it. I'm not sure, and injecting it because you get a high faster apparently.
I suppose. I guess if you inject something in your veins, it goes faster through your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Than if you just take a pill and wait for it to move through your body or something. I don't know. Too much for me.
I know, that's right. Got my head spinning. But if you guys got any questions or comments what we're talking about, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press
if
1.
You just want to make a comment or ask a question, just hit 1.
Or just check in.
Yeah.
Check into the Pajama Party. Talk to Redwine, Poppa, or me, Ketel. Talk to one of us.
All right.
Let's know what's going on.
You want to keep moving into the hit it and quit it, or what you want to do?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. All right. Let's go into the hit it and quit it headlines. Let's see. Oh, I've got the first one on that one. Let me tell you about what happened in Chicago.
What happened?
Yeah, what had happened was, it's a shame. Like every week we end up with at least one minimal racist story.
Mhm.
Okay, so in Chicago, this fool went off in a Starbucks. Now, the summary of the story is the man, somebody spilled something on him by accident, and then he decides to just lose his mind and called the black man who had nothing to do with it, called him a slave. The black man was trying to say something, and he told him, "Shut up, slave. Don't talk to me."
Are you serious?
Yes. He told him, don't talk to him. And he said, and told him that his children were disposable vermin.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, what?
He was a nut.
So, and then he ended up, it ended up getting into a fight. So the man ended up being charged with misdemeanor battery. And all of this was caught on video. And when I saw the video, I was like, is this being staged? Is this man, like, for real?
Now, somebody spilled some coffee on him by accident.
Yeah, somebody spilled something on him by accident. It's not like he got burned or anything. But the man he was yelling at had nothing to do with it. He went outside and then and saw a black man and just started calling him a slave and called his kids vermin. And then another black man went past and he sucker punched him.
Lord have mercy.
I'm like,
he was on something.
He didn't seem to be. I mean, the way he was talking, he seemed very clear-headed. And he's a young dude, 23 years old. His name is William Boucher. Boucher, Boucher.
Sound like a nut.
Just tripping. So
and where
they're
was
charging him in Chicago. They're charging him with 3 counts of misdemeanor battery, and he's supposed to appear in court July 5th.
So he came in contact with 3 people.
Well, at least 2, because there were people trying to basically shut it down before it escalated. And then another black man, once they got outside, another black man just happened to be walking by, and he gonna sucker punch this guy.
Shut up.
I said, boy, he's lucky that some of those folk didn't just jump on him and beat him to a pulp.
I know. Especially the guy that he said was slave.
Yeah, you're going to tell him your kids are disposable vermin. And he told him, get on all 4s right now. Don't walk on 2 legs.
Are you serious?
This guy has a serious white supremacy superiority complex. So that's all I'm going to say about that one.
Well, I'm not going no...
that's our racist story for the night.
Starbucks in no damn Chicago.
Anyway, moving on. What about Alabama? What's going on there?
What you got?
It looks like Alabama.
I know, it's crazy.
They execute a man for a 94 killing of a fast food worker.
94.
Atmore, Alabama, the Associated Press is reporting a man convicted of killing 3 people during a 1994 robbery of an Alabama fast food restaurant, McDonald's, was put to death by lethal injection. Okay? And this happened in 1994. How many years is that?
23.
Being on death row.
That's a long time to be riding on death row.
Yeah.
His name is Robert Melson. He's 46 years old. Pronounced dead at 10:27 p.m. Central Standard Time Thursday, which is last night, at a Southwest Alabama prison, authorities said. The execution was the state's 2nd of the year. Okay?
Where is this now? Alabama?
Alabama, a little place called Atmore, A-T-M-O-R-E. State prosecutor said that Milson and another man who used to work at the restaurant robbed a Popeyes in Goshen, which is 60 miles, 96 kilometers northeast of Birmingham. And Milson also opened fire on 4 employees in the restaurant as they were in the freezer after he had held them hostage. I guess he didn't want them to be witnesses. And opened fire on them and killed them. It was very interesting. It was Nathaniel Baker, Tamika Collins, Darrell Collins, and Brian Archer.
All those people were involved?
All the people got killed.
Wow. Oh, those were the employees that he killed?
No, not the 4th one. He killed 3 people.
Oh.
Yeah, Natalie Baker, Tamika Collins, and Darrell. They would, I guess it's Tamika and Darrell. I don't know, were they husband and wife or brother and sister.
And this was a robbery.
At a Popeyes.
He robbed them, and then he didn't want to be identified by them. He had them in the freezer. Then he opened fire on them and killed 3 people.
Why dummy didn't put on a mask?
You know, he was he has been on death row for over 21 years. He's been on death row for over 21 years being supported by the state of Alabama, who felt he should not suffer a long pain during the execution. So.
But 21 years in prison on death row wasn't suffering a long incarceration?
That's crazy. Wow. I guess they go back and forth in the courts on those things. I'm not sure.
That's a long time, though, to drag that out.
Could you imagine how many more other people were on death row for that many years? My thing is, remember we did a story about the drugs they were getting ready to run out, the drugs they used.
Oh yeah, they were going to expire.
So apparently in Alabama they haven't.
Oh yeah, they're stopped.
Maybe they have. They spent probably good money on that stuff. Now, do you think they really gonna check the shelf life before they inject somebody?
You gonna say let it roll?
Yeah. Well, before they killed him, they asked him if he had any final words. He shook his head no. He didn't want to make a statement or anything like that. He just just would let it be, and he just executed the fatal injection. He was dead by 10:27 last night. And he's responsible for the fatal shooting of 3 Popeyes restaurant employees.
Well, at least he wasn't going out saying I didn't do it. He never said he didn't do it.
He went out. So.
He went out like a light, for sure.
Okay.
Well, like I said, that could be some research. How many other people on death row for over 20 years?
Yeah, that's
crazy. Right. You're on death row, you might as well say you're going to do 20 years to life.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that a life sentence?
Yeah.
Wow.
But, my thing is, I guess you get into what determines that you're going to be on death row. Is that why they call it death row? Because you're on it so many years.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I thought it meant you were in line for execution. But I didn't know you would be in line for 20 years.
I know. That's crazy. And I guess the families, I guess they,
imagine what the victims' families have been going through.
Yeah.
They've been waiting for this to happen now, I guess for 21 or what is it, 23, however many years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I said, 94? This is, 2017? Wow, okay. If you guys got any questions or comments we're talking about, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And press 1.
Press 1.
All right.
Okay. We're going to take a little CC. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then we'll be coming back with?
We're going to come back with me. I got a story about chimps.
Okay.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
Well, I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
That's every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine step on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
She's going to sing.
What number call?
Yeah, call us at
803
4306.
And press 1.
Press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about. Come up with a new subject of your own. We're
hear from you.
We're liberal. We're easy.
Eastern time.
Eastern time. We're here 9 p.m. Friday nights. That's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock
West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains or in the
7 in the mountains.
Around Michigan.
8 o'clock Central.
Michigan and New Orleans and all that. We're like an hour back.
Yeah.
But 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 CP time.
CP time 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It is 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye. Welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Hello, darling. Bonsoir.
And we'll get back to the hit it and quit it. Got a story here about what's that? Chimps are not people? Or?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we knew that.
Okay. We're going to bring it to the forefront.
Okay. So what's this about?
Chimps are not people cannot be freed from custody in New York court. Chimpanzees do not deserve the same rights as people. A New York State appeals court unanimously concluded on Thursday, as they refused to order the release of 2 of the animals in a primitive sanctuary. So a decision 5-0 by the appellate division in Manhattan is the latest defeat for the non-human rights project. And the lawyer, Stephen Wise, in a long debate over whether caged chimpanzees are actually legal persons, quote unquote, entitled like humans to bodily liberty.
To bodily liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of jargon there. Experts such as Jane Goodall, he's with the Non-Human Rights Project, said chimpanzees and humans share many behavioral and social capabilities. So it said this entitled chimpanzees to many of the same rights and sought habeas corpus.
Oh, yeah, habeas corpus. Now, what is habeas corpus?
I'm going to break it
Well,
down.
let me just say this before we get to that.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, a chimpanzee, even though they may have some of the same physical traits and some of the same capabilities as a human, they are not a human. And now these were caged chimpanzees. So that means that humans were taking care of them. They were dependent upon humans for their care, for their feeding, and everything, for their welfare, etc.
It's almost like a pet because they were
exactly.
They had a private owner up in upstate New York. So
right. Humans don't have, well, not anymore, don't have owners. You know, since slavery we was outlawed. So I don't understand how they're making this comparison to try to act. And Jane Goodall, you know, she's the Gorillas in the Mist lady.
Okay.
So she's down for the primate anyway. And I, you know, I'm mad at her, but I'm just saying, don't try to make it look like a chimpanzee has the same rights as a human being.
Right.
I'm not saying you should be abusive to them.
Right, even though they have the same quote-unquote qualities as a human.
Some.
So the habeas corpus means a writ requiring a person under arrest to be brought before a judge or into court, especially to secure the person's release unless lawful grounds are shown for their detention.
So unless there were some lawful grounds for these chimps to be detained in cages, why were they in cages? Because somebody owned them, because they were being treated more like either a research animal or a pet.
Right. So
they're crazy.
So, but the shared capabilities do not translate to a chimpanzee's capability or ability, like humans, to bear legal duties or to be held legally accountable to their actions. So, kind of what you said. Right. So, you know,
I mean, a human can be reasoned with. Can you really reason with a chimpanzee? If a chimpanzee tears up your house, can you really reason with them and explain to them what they did wrong? And can they make restitution for the damages that they've done? No.
That's true.
You can't sue a chimpanzee. They need to stop. Sometimes these animal rights people take stuff way too far.
They do, yeah. So
you know, if they want to release the animals back into the wild, fine, do so.
Right. So I guess this person here, Jane Goodall, she's saying they need to be released, but the court's like, okay, these people, they probably own them, so they don't have quote unquote rights as people legally. So I have to agree with the court on this. So get over it.
Yeah, exactly. Get over it.
But they're going to keep going back and forth, I'm quite sure. So it says it's not going to change without a struggle. We remain confident that Tommy's and Kiko's, that's their name.
Oh, the chimpanzee?
Funding the right to bodily liberty will be recognized. So this should be interesting. I mean, we follow this. It's going to be interesting. I suppose they do end
they
up...
need to hook up with Caesar.
No, Caesar, no. Oh boy. Yes, it's interesting. Like I said, that's crazy. But on the last note, the Obamas, as we know, they're still here. They're going to be here for at least another couple of years because their youngest daughter's still in school, and the house that they were renting, they purchased it.
Oh.
$8.1 million.
Okay, now.
8 bedrooms and 9.5 bathrooms. Why is there always more bathrooms than bedrooms?
I don't understand
What's
that.
up with that?
Oh, well. Somebody got to clean it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've never heard of the Tony area in Washington, D.C. I don't know.
It's called the what?
Tony. I've never heard it. It's up there in Calorama Road. I know that. So, kind of like...
Yeah, that's around the Adams Morgan kind of sort of area.
Yeah.
They come up with all these little subdivision names.
I don't know. Talking about subdivisions, that's another story. But, long story short, in Harlem, they try to rename Harlem.
I read about that.
Called Soha.
Soha, yeah, like Southern Harlem.
Yeah.
SOHA. I said, isn't this some bull?
Look, I'm telling you now, white folks, don't do it.
Yeah.
It ain't going to happen.
It's Harlem.
See what I'm saying? If we ain't fight for nothing else, we're going to fight for that.
But you see how they did it over on Massachusetts Avenue in D.C.? That metro stop that used to be called something else, now it's called Soma.
Really?
Yeah, they changed that metro stop quite a while ago.
Now, what is Soma?
I think it means like something in Mass.
South of Massachusetts?
South and Mass. I don't know. But they changed it to Soma, and a lot of everything in that area, they have big signs up talking about Soma.
So what was it called before? What stop
It was
that?
just Massachusetts Avenue and whatever it was.
Really?
Yeah, and then they come up with this Soma.
Oh.
I said, I see. That's the trend now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take one street, take another street, and shorten the name.
Uh-huh.
Sort of like the way they did Brangela and Kim Ye.
Oh, yeah.
All that other stupid mess.
Yeah, I need to stop trying. Oh, well. I guess they're going to call this area Obama or Obama. Something I don't know.
They don't know what they want to do.
But the home in Chicago and Hyde Park, they still own that. Who knows? Mama, she might be in that one.
Yeah, they better hold on to it.
Because Mama, she went back to Chicago.
Oh, okay.
She said enough was enough.
Yeah, she had enough of D.C., huh?
Mm-hmm. But this home that they live in was previously owned by Bill Clinton's press secretary, Joe Lockhart, and his wife.
Oh, okay.
Didn't know it. And they just recently renovated in 2011.
Okay. Well, we have a caller. I'm going to pick this caller up before we go to our next segment.
All right, come on.
See what the folks are saying tonight. Caller, you're live on the Pajama Party Show. Welcome aboard. What's your comment?
Hi. I just called to see how the Trump supporters were doing.
Oh, we're just lovely, thank you.
Ain't no damn Trump supporters here. Don't start no shit, won't be none, okay? Don't try it.
And Redwine, that is called Noma, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, Noma, not Soma.
Oh,
Noma.
okay, Noma. Thank you
what is
very
it,
much.
North Massachusetts or something?
It's called North of Massachusetts Avenue.
Yeah.
Use
what was it called before?
That stop was called Guyadette, Florida Avenue.
Oh, okay. I knew it had a normal
They don't want to be associated with Guyadette and Florida Avenue?
It's called Guyadette, New York Avenue.
Right. That's what it used to be called. Then they came over to Noma.
Really? Okay.
And now they're trying to do that same stupid mess up in Harlem.
Yep, they sure are. But you know what? Them black folks, they ain't going to be like, you can try it if you want to.
They leave that alone.
They going to fight. Yep, they going to fight for that. Mm-hmm.
I'm down for the fight. I'll go up there and protest for that one.
I know that's right. Hold the sign and everything, right, Redwine?
Yep, I'll get a sign.
Redwine for the Pajama Party?
Yep. No to Soma.
Can y'all ask a question for me?
Sure.
What has Trump done since he's been there? Tell me, what the hell has he done?
Wait a minute, aren't you a big Trump supporter? You should tell us.
President. What the hell has he done besides get all these crooks? What the hell has he done?
I can tell you what he's done.
Uh-oh.
He signed a lot of papers and told a lot of lies.
Ooh, he signed a lot of executive orders. Huh?
Yeah. He signed a lot of executive orders and told a lot of lies.
The way I see people walking around like nothing changed.
Exactly.
It's like nothing happened.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He's not doing anything.
No, he's not really.
He talks a lot of talk.
He just holding the seat.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he's keeping it warm for somebody who knows what's up.
His wife won't come down there and hold the seat for it. That should be interesting. All right, caller. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate you checking in.
All
and we'll keep an eye on your boy for you.
Okay.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye on old Tricky 45.
I know that's right.
That's what I'm going to start calling him, Tricky 45.
45?
Tricky 45.
Okay, Tricky 45.
Yeah, tricky. All right, well, as we said before, it is Black Music Month. All through the month of June, we are celebrating the music of black folks. And tonight, we are looking at Bruno Mars, and we got some Leela James.
All right.
And I think, who else we got? We got Usher. Usher has a new song.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, let's go and get that Usher song. Take a listen to that on this break, if I can find it. And then we're going to come back with Poppa DD, right?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? All right, we'll be right back.
We come together. It's a miracle.
Better than walk in the water, or breathing in flames, bigger than living forever, making it rain, miracle. In love we overcome, impossible. Making it rain, miracle. Know what's inside you. How could I forget when you're the only thought in my head? Take my hand, girl, let's get lost and need nowhere to find. It's like heaven when we collide. The world slows down as our hearts speed up. When the lights go out, get a fire in love to be. It's something that I believe and I see you all around. So glad that I found you.
Dead sex, drop dead gold, now dead anything you know,
Better than walking on water, or breathing in flames, bigger than living forever, making it rain, miracle. In love we overcome.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Every Friday night, we're here at the Pajama Party. Ketel and Redwine, they work for me, as we all know. It's verified.
That's why he's on the kisser list every week.
Certified, solidified. They work for me. And, okay, you will serve the brother.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You sound like the Borg. You will be assimilated and you will serve it to us.
For my what's popping tonight, I'm going to talk about something you guys hit on a little bit with the whole name change situation. You know, it's a very deep thing. And I think a lot of people are not catching light of what is what and who's what and why they name stuff what and what changes what. And it's almost as interesting as the same way they look at racism or the way they don't want to include people. Or when somebody looks at you on a train or an airplane and don't want to sit next to you. It's the same frown that's put upon you as the frown that's put upon the name and area. Let's take an area in Maryland, for example, okay? Let's talk about a name called Glen Arden. Glen Arden is a name where it's almost like tag you're it. Nobody wants to claim it. I think one time I was in that area for a little bit, and I was looking at some receipts I had, and the receipts had like 3 different names of counties all in the same shopping center. And I guess the store was calling itself. Now, they don't have to worry about the post office because when the post office sees something for shoppers, which is a supermarket, it's going to put it in the box for shoppers. So it doesn't matter whether or not shoppers call themselves Bowie or New Carlton or whatever. You know, they're going to get their particular mail. But they're not using Glen Arden when it comes to a actual city because they think it's hood. They think it's ghetto. It's a small town with liquor stores, and even they had a Sears here one time that pulled up. In the middle of the night, Sears just pulled up. They turned into a damn transformer. Got in the back of a van, it was gone. Okay? And it makes it so bad, Glen Arden is like a stone throw away, spitting difference away from FedEx. Right down the street. Not even honored. I heard it back in the day. They changed the neighborhood name to that particular area. What was that called? The
Ralph
guy,
John.
Ralph John, but it was the guy that owned it. What was his name?
Jack King Cook.
Jack King Cook. What
and his 2
Cook?
sons.
Right. And they named this. People name and change and name. What the hell?
Money, baby.
Well, money does not make. No, that's not. At the end of the day, you got a lot of people that did stuff with money that wish they could take it back. Look at Bill Cosby right now. Yeah. I bet you. I wish he was probably wish he was still poor in West Philly about right now. But what he's up against, or what his back is up against, money is money is the root of all evil. Money is only something that's there for the moment. When you die and you're rich, there will be no Brinks truck following your hearse. Never, never, ever. So I don't think that money has a place in this world. It has a place as long as you're living and able to spend it. But as soon as you get you some kind of whooping cough or rheumatism or Alzheimer's or whatever, that's it. Somebody else has spent it. Somebody else got it. But anyway, getting back to this name stuff, like you were saying, how Harlem now wants to change the name. Why? Because people are... See, one thing about God and his beauty to behold, and I'm not going to turn this to a religious situation, but people that have been destitute, God sprinkles some goodness on them and a little bit of gold on them. Because I remember one time I was in Harlem years ago. I was up there visiting some friends, and I went to the bathroom. It was up on the 3rd floor, and it was a back apartment they had on the 3rd floor. I go up on the 3rd floor, use the bathroom, and I see this bright light shining through the window on the 3rd floor. So I take a walk back and look out the 3rd floor window at the back of this apartment, which is sort of a rundown apartment. Probably was like in the mid-90s, 93, 94. The apartment was kind of run down. But out this back window of this apartment that was 3 stories high, you look out the back window, and there's the Hudson River in all its beautiful glory. So the main draw for Harlem is the views. The views are incredible, breathtaking. And this is what people are trying to grab hold to. See, one thing about when it comes to blacks, they think about, the Apollo and 125th Street and that's ground level. See, one thing you understand about the man, and we're not going to use color on here, but let's say the man looks at a geographical area from a helicopter. He don't look at it like we do. He gets in the helicopter and figure out what he's going to do, and they start pinpointing over a 10-year period. And black people walk on the ground level not knowing what the hell is going on, but they say, you see they building that building over there? And then they building a building over here. Well, that's been in the works for the last 10 years. That's been in the mix, in the works, paid for, certified, solidified. It's happening. Just if you look on Florida Avenue in Washington, D.C., what is it, 4th from Florida? They took a Burger King and just knocked that damn thing to the ground. They trying to build up 8th Street over in Northeast Washington, D.C. They took a Popeyes and just knocked that thing down to the ground. Popeyes and Burger King. No more 3-piece specials and no more damn Whoppers. What the hell? How's a Negro going to survive with $10 in his pocket trying to get a meal? But see, that's the wave of the future. But they're doing it for the man and his people for less. Because now they can get less for that $10. They just need to know where to go. So you got 8th Street and everything. But getting back to the name, and I'm going to close out on this here. In this area I was talking about called Glen Arden, they have, it's nobody wants to represent it, but they finally built this big old, over there by the Wedmans, over there in, what do you call that area at Redwine? Woodmore?
I think it is called Woodmore.
Woodmore, right.
Crossing.
Woodmore, they built this big Wedmans and a shopping center. They got a Costco over there. They had to call that Glen Arden because they had no choice due to the geographics of it, the GPS, because GPS ain't gonna lie. Because people, I guess I won't, like I say, we won't say color, but the man will say, "Oh, you're actually in Bowie with a little cross of what is it? This is actually Largo." And you look at the GPS says, "You're in Glen Arden," because it knows exactly where you are. And if you live in a certain city, a certain area, you'll see the different thing with stuff. I mean, it's schools and things like that name different things based on people not wanting to hear or know. But we are who we are, in life, in vision, in physicalities, whether you're fat, skinny, thick, light skin, dark skin. We are who we are, just like names. Glen Arden is just a name. So if you say you're in Bowie or Lanham, people love Lanham. Oh, there's Lanham is next to Glen Arden and all that. So Lanham, they got a Shell down there on Martin Luther King and Ardmore Arwick. The guy answered the phone, "Lanham Shell." I said, "Man, your ass is in Glen Arden." Lanham Shell, Lanham Shell. I guess Lanham sounds more like a lamb, something you could purr or fucking feel some fur or something. Makes it feel better. But Glen Arden, being in fact, is a small town with liquor stores and things like that. Nobody else wants to claim it. And in closing, I just want to say, claim what you got. Be who and what you are. Because that's all you have to go by until you get done with your little time you have on this earth. So just don't let it bother you when people change names, because it is what it is.
Okay. It's very. And one note that area where they extended it, quote unquote, Capitol Hill. It's the area of Maryland Avenue over there where the old Heckingers used to be.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a Checkers there. I rode by. Used to be a Checkers. I rode by there the other day. There was a line wrapped around the building. Guess what it is now?
Chick-fil-A.
You got it.
What?
I saw it myself.
Wrapped around the building.
The Checkers that was always sitting there on Maryland Avenue?
Is that what they used to be?
Yep.
I told you the other day that
you
Chick-fil-A was
did tell me
going
a Chick-fil-A, but I didn't realize it was in the place of where the Checkers
It's open now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the line was wrapped around.
But let's just elaborate on that just for a minute, which goes to show that the man does not want Burger King. He don't want Popeyes.
Checkers.
But he will let Checkers and he will let Chipotle in there.
Yeah, but now they got rid of the Checkers and put a Chick-fil-A.
No, but they won't get rid of Chipotle.
But the crazy part about it is I think businesses having a quote unquote stigma to them. Because it's like, okay, you think Checkers, maybe black folks. I don't know. I could be wrong. Chick-fil-A, you think white. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's
you're exactly right. I mean, Chick-fil-A is a, and you have to also look at the ownership, because see, the one thing, just like Trump is going on, the man, we won't mention color, okay? Just read between the lines here. The man has always been monkey see, monkey do. Whatever his counterpart does, as long as the man got more money than the man, they follow the person with the money. This is why Trump's president, because he had the biggest mouth, the most arrogance, and the most money. And just go to show that black people were always known to be lazy, arrogant, belligerent, what have you. But long as we were broke as two broke-dick dogs, we never got the respect we needed. See, money is what rules their mindset. This is why a man of a white persuasion can manipulate you out of your money. In case in point, what's his name? Bernie.
Sanders?
No, Bernie Sanders. Damn. No, Bernie Madoff was his name?
Madoff.
Yeah.
Madoff that was ripping everybody off?
Oh, yeah.
Madoff wouldn't have been able to done that if he was black. But they thought he had a game. They thought he had a flavor.
Him with all that
Exactly.
Was, yeah.
But he came in and did his thing.
He talked a good game.
Well, then he also had the color to go along with it. The
An
look,
older white guy,
wire frame glasses.
Yeah.
You know, all the things that go to making a good white man look like a good white man.
I guess it's
Okay?
the same thing with you.
And we're not speaking on race on
Right.
that level, but we're saying the fact that the monkey see, monkey do syndrome amongst that group of people is because if you look on it, you be on a bus or a train or something, and something
always
happens.
comes back to the chimpanzee.
Something goes down, something emergency or whatever. They'll follow the person they feel they got the most, whatever.
We just did that story.
Anyway.
But it's just like, I guess, a white old lady going into the store. You don't look at her. You're looking at somebody else.
Right.
Color or something else.
They're watching me like I'm going to steal something.
Right.
And I'm not thinking about taking anything, and she's
and
over
that's
there
the
loading up
reference.
her pocket.
Right.
Well, you watching people in color because you have to look back at your TV, your 1080 TV. What looks better to you when you're watching TV, color or black and white? What would you rather watch?
I like both, depending on what I
want. If you watch an old movie,
that's what I'm saying. Depends on what I watch.
If you watch an old, Kirk Douglas or Betty Davis, but I'm just saying, in all actuality, people are attracted
Audrey
to
Hepburn
color.
Movie.
Color's an attraction.
That's what it is.
It's an entertainment tool where people want.
Speaking of attraction, we have a letter that came in via email from someone that needs our help.
Okay.
Pillow Talk.
Oh.
We haven't had one in a while, so I want to try to get that in before we move too far.
Okay.
So I'm going to read this letter, and then you all see if we can help this person.
Okay.
It says, Dear Pajama Party Crew, at last month's Cinco de Mayo party, I saw my pregnant coworker's husband getting topped off, if you know what I mean, in a woman's car out front of the house where the party was. I saw it when I went outside for a smoke. I did not tell my coworker because she's had a difficult pregnancy and I didn't want to stress her out. But now I feel guilty for keeping it from her. Should I say anything now that the baby is here, or should I just keep it to myself?
Okay, well, maybe explain topped off. I'm slow.
Well, she said topped off, if you know what I mean. I interpret that to mean that he was getting orally serviced.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
Redwine, you're so sophisticated with your terms.
Well, I don't want to say blowjob. He made me say it. I didn't want to say that.
Okay.
But
so now you're saying that the girl saw her husband's.
She has a coworker that was very pregnant. They were all at a party. She went outside to get a smoke, and she saw her pregnant friend's husband in a car of another woman.
During the same party?
During the party. The husband had stepped out.
Okay.
He's out in the car with this woman down in his lap doing what they were doing.
Right.
And he didn't see her, apparently. So now she felt like what she said is that the woman, her coworker, had a very difficult pregnancy and she didn't want to stress her out. But now the woman has had the baby, and she's feeling like, should I say something now that there's no possibility that it'll make her go into labor or anything like that? Or should I just keep it to myself and don't say anything?
Okay.
Interesting.
So I'm asking you all, what do you think? Ketel, I'll go to you first.
Ooh.
What do you think she should do? Should she say something to the coworker?
I'm kind of on the fence. The truth is going to come to the light. Maybe she can make some hint around, but I wouldn't actually tell her because the truth is going to come to the light.
Eventually, even if it's 20 years later?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay.
Because I just feel as if maybe it's just not her business. Maybe she should pretend that she didn't see it and keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you think, Poppa DD?
Uh-oh.
Well,
break it down. Come on.
Not.
Break it down, Papa.
I'm going to keep it simple. I really think she should go find her own dick to suck, really, if she's so worried about people getting their Johnson bopped off. Why don't she just go and... Is that a jealousy thing? Are you jealous that you saw something? I really don't think it's none of her business, first of all, because who knows what their relation is. Their girlfriend and her husband could be in the groupie stuff. They could be swingers. They could be anything. And sometimes when you
yeah,
say
that's
stuff,
true.
you put your foot in your mouth and you don't know what's happening. And I think that any type of sexual activity between adults is an adult thing. Now, if it was a younger child or somebody's younger 15-year-old child or daughter that's 16 was doing something, yada, 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 at that point now you're trying to help coach them into adult life, and then you tell on that situation or make notice on that. But adults are adults, and people are going to do what they do, and you don't know why they're doing it, what the hell is going on with it, what was the spur-of-the-moment situation. I mean, first thing she should look at the wife and see whether or not she's happy. See if there's any
she just had a baby, so right now she's happy.
Well, look at her face and see how she feels. But it ain't her to analyze. I mean, let me take all that back. Trash that happy shit. You know, she needs to mind her business and, like I said, go find her own.
Well, I'll say this. I feel like if I were the pregnant coworker, and my friend, who I thought was my friend, saw my husband out there getting worked over, I would be mad if I found out later when it finally came to the light that you saw this happen and you chose not to say anything.
Right. So you rather she say something.
I would rather you
tell.
I'm not saying it's her fault, but I'm just saying as they say, if you see something, say something.
No, that's
okay.
Wait,
look, that was a bomb for real, great flow, right?
If
you see something, say something.
This wasn't no terrorism.
I'm just saying, if it were me, tell me.
No, might have been terrorism.
I would rather know, because this could be a pattern of some stuff going on. I could end up with some kind of illness
but it's not for
situation because of his behavior.
It's not for somebody else to police your relationship.
No, but I'm just saying, she wasn't out there policing him. She just happened to see something.
No, I just happened to see something.
So I'm just saying, if you happen to see something, then happen to say something.
Now.
You know, leave me an anonymous note if that's what you want to do. Maybe that's a good way to do it. Leave an anonymous note. We're co-workers. Leave me an anonymous note on my desk.
She should have went back in that party and looked around at the men in that party and say, so which one of these jokers can I see? Which one of these jokers can I bop off in the parking lot? This is bop off night.
Oh, my
Let me find
goodness.
somebody I can bop off.
Well, that's a good segue into the weird news. So we're going to just slide on into the weird news.
Okay.
All right, who's up first tonight?
This sounds kind of creepy here.
What you got?
Angry man is against City Hall with he has a cup of 100 bed bugs. A man unleashed approximately 100 bed bugs at the Augusta City Center in Maine on Friday, causing officials to close the building and summons pest control. The man emptied a container filled with the insects on a counter with staff when staff informed him that he did not qualify for assistance to address his bed bug issue. So he whipped out a cup full of live bed bugs and slammed it on the counter, and bam, off they flew, maybe about 100 of them.
Oh, my goodness.
The man had applied to the state's general assistance program after his former apartment's bed bug problem caused him to get rejected from a new place to live. So he had problems with bed bugs somewhere else. He got rejected because of that same
situation. He tried to get help from the city to deal with the bed bugs, and they didn't help him.
That's what's
happening. So he scooped them up in a cup and brought them down there and said, here you go.
Woo!
Wow.
So employees immediately called police, who located the man. Of course, many people cringe at the thought of big bugs, which research has shown are becoming resistant to current insecticides. Yeah, so
that's nasty.
They need something stronger to give those bed bugs to get rid of them. But homeboy said, "Shit, bump this. Y'all can't have my issue. I'm gonna slam it on the damn counter. Shit."
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I got one about peacocks. A peacock. It said if peacocks weren't gloriously beautiful creatures with feathers that look like something you would only see when mixing whippets and acid, everybody would hate them. They're aggressive jerks that poop everywhere, scream constantly, and can't fly well. And they can do serious damage inside of liquor stores, apparently.
Really?
That's what happened when this female peacock made her way inside of Arcadia, California's Royal Oaks liquor store on Monday, according to Associated Press. The birds are pretty common in this area, and this one somehow managed to wander into this liquor store. A customer quickly spotted the bird strutting around the aisles and asked the store manager about el pollo, which means chicken in Spanish. And they were looking at it and realized this is not a chicken, it's a peacock. And then that's when all hell broke loose. The manager tried to get the bird to go back outside, but the bird flew up on top of a shelf and just kind of settled there. So then they called 911, and then it started flying around. And that's when things turned in, you know how things start out where you're like, oh, wow, look at that.
Right.
So it started with, oh, that's fun, there's a peacock. And then it turned into, oh, there's a peacock in the store. So the peacock's flying around, tearing up stuff, jumped on top of the bottles, started breaking up stuff, tearing up things in the aisle. And they said it hopped around and dodged around, avoiding the officers. It took them 90 minutes.
Oh, Lord.
From when the police officer got there to get the bird back outside.
They messed up some liquor then.
Oh, yeah. Tore up about $500 worth of stuff.
Oh, man, I'd be mad.
Oh, yeah.
Mad.
The manager was not too happy. The manager's name was Ganem. He said that peacock's got expensive taste. He said, normally I'm like, you break, you buy, my dude. He said, but clearly the peacock didn't buy anything.
No, I'm trying to figure out, how did the peacock get in there?
He just wandered in. I guess when they said they're common in that area.
Oh.
So I guess when somebody opened the door to come in or go out, the peacock just came on in.
Wow.
Started jumping around and then started busting up bottles.
Okay. We got one more, right?
Okay, yeah, we have one more up in Massachusetts, Quincy, Massachusetts. A medical marijuana dispensary has created a culinary delight for patients who don't want to smoke their pot or eat it in the form of a sweet treat. Quincy-based Ermont Incorporated has been selling cannabis-infused pizza for about 3 weeks to rave reviews. Wow. The director of operations says the company has a whole range of marijuana edibles, but he wanted to offer meals that patients could eat without all the sugar. So they sell these 6-inch cheese pizzas for $38.
Jeez.
A 6-inch cheese pizza with cannabis in it for $38 a piece. The tomato sauce contains 125 milligrams of THC, which is the psychoactive compound in marijuana. And the company has sold about 200 of them already. And they say if you want toppings, you can add them yourself.
Shut up.
We're just doing cheese pizza for $38.
They sold 200 of them.
That's how they roll. Imagine that. $38 for a personal, that's like a personal fan.
I know.
$38 for a marijuana personal fan.
If you want to eat and get high at the same time, huh? Kill two birds with one stone.
That's how they do it.
And where is this again?
This was in Quincy, Massachusetts.
Well, you know who's up there anyway.
Don't go there.
Another horse of another color.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with who? Oh, with me.
Okay.
With I'm Just Saying.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, Je suis vin rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday, Redwine, on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
And welcome back to the Pajama Party Show. This is Redwine, Je suis vin rouge.
All right.
I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Poppa DD.
What's going on,
Poppa DD's back there in the bar. I don't know what he's making. Anywho, it's time for I'm Just Saying with me, Redwine. And tonight, my topic is don't blame black folks for your racist bull. I'm trying not to say it, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Don't blame black folks for your racist bull. Okay? I've seen enough stuff this week that brought me to this conclusion.
Okay.
All right, so this past Sunday, an official named Phil Stair from an agency that manages foreclosed homes in Flint, Michigan, resigned after a recording surfaced in which he blamed the city's water crisis. Now, this is the water crisis in Flint where the lead is. He blamed the water crisis on niggas who don't pay their bills. Now, how do you figure the water crisis in Flint with the lead in the water is the fault of, I don't even like to use that word, I'm going to say N-words that don't pay their bills? For real? So, now this guy was the sales manager of the Genesee County Land Bank. And he also said that the lead problem is the fault of these, like I said, N-words that don't pay their bills. First of all, there seems to be a sale on people using the N-word this week. If you recall, Bill Maher got caught up when he decided to call himself a house nigga. And then you have this guy caught on tape talking about N-words up there that didn't pay their bills caused the problem in Flint. Well, the lead was in the water. That had nothing to do with the residents of Flint, Michigan. That had to do with the people who switched the water supply and the old pipes which had lead in them, and that's how the lead got in the water. So for this guy to make that statement, I'm like, dude, you need to get a grip. These people aren't poisoning themselves. That stuff was in the water, you know. So all I know is that if my water service was poisoned, I don't see why I need to pay for that. But these people in Flint are still being billed for this water. Why are they being billed for this water? If the water is still not usable and it's still contaminated, and you might as well say poison, why are you sending them a bill for this stuff? They're still having to buy bottled water in order to, you know, for drinking, cooking, etc. But yet they're still getting bills for this. And I feel like, you know what, fine, shut it off. Don't threaten me. Shut the crap off. I can't use it anyway. This stuff is causing brain damage and all kind of stuff from the exposure and the consumption of lead. How are you going to charge people for it? And then this fool is talking about, oh, it's these N-words that don't pay their bills that's causing the problem. No, they're not causing the problem. They're the victims of the problem. So don't blame black folks for your racist bullcrap, because this stuff is what I call some, what do you call that, environmental racism? So that's not the fault of black folks. That's the fault of the government who allowed it to happen. So let's be clear about that. And then once this guy, Phil Stair, got busted because it was recorded by a reporter, then he wants to come out with the apology. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm resigning my position and I apologize. First of all, you're not really sorry about what you said. You're sorry that you got caught. So let's be clear about that. These people who come out with these apologies and stuff, you're not really apologizing in most cases for what you said. You're apologizing because somebody caught you and busted you for what you said or what you did. So as far as I'm concerned, he can keep that apology or he can stuff it somewhere. I won't name where. But I'm just saying, all these people in Flint that are involved in that lead mess, those are the people that need to be blamed, not the black people and not the residents, because it's not just black people that live in Flint. I think the black people in that area make up about roughly 40%. So don't try to make it seem like it's a black-white thing. It's about the poor and the disadvantaged. That's what it's about. You know, like I said, that's some economic racism, some environmental racism. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on up there. But it's definitely not just about taking advantage of or trying to blame it on the black people. So the real blame, like I said, needs to be on the government officials who did not handle the situation. And then you got the governor, Rick Snyder. He didn't even acknowledge that it was a problem until 2015, but they knew about it before then. But it wasn't until it was smack dab in his face in 2015 when he could no longer run and hide from it, when he finally said, oh, okay, so yeah, we got a problem and we need to do something about it. See, this reminds me of that thing with the discrimination in the military. It's like, oh, you do a study, you find a problem, but what you going to do about it? So now they're finally doing something about it, but they're taking forever. Meanwhile, you're still sending people bills for water that they can't use. Y'all need to shove those bills right up your backside. So all I'm saying is that, oh, I'm sorry, this stuff fires me up. They make me angry with this. So I'm just saying, don't go blaming black folks for the racist bull that the government caused and created. And don't go blaming black folks for being unwilling to pay for your racist bull. Black people have been buying bottled water just so that they can live, or using donated water that has come in from all over the world. And the Flint government expects them to pay for that poison crap coming out of the faucet that they can't even use? Black people may be many things, but gullible and stupid are not on the list. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, stop blaming black folks for your racist bull.
Crap.
Yeah.
I hear you. Thanks. Wow. You
They
guys,
do stuff.
they do.
I wish they would send me a bill for some crap I can't use.
Yeah, and bad water coming out of the faucet or anywhere is just brutal.
Yeah. I would write on that envelope, return to sender, and kiss my ass, and send it right back. Give
Not
it to the
you,
mailman.
Redwine.
Yeah. I give it right back to the mailman and say, send that back to them, please.
Return to sender, huh?
Yeah, and kiss my ass.
Return to sender. Undress sender.
Yep. Just saying.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Redwine. You guys got any questions or comments tonight? Hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306. And press 1 to get in the queue. All right.
All right. You want to pick up this caller?
Sure. See what's going on. Yeah.
All right. I think I got this right. Let me see if the switchboard is right.
Pick them up.
Caller, did you have a comment? Go right ahead.
Yes, I'm trying to find some information. Did I overhear y'all say something about a Chick-fil-A?
Yes, sir.
Where is it at now?
It's right there where the Checkers used to be on Merlin Avenue.
In Northeast?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be going there tomorrow then. I didn't know they.
I mean, the line was wrapped around the building the other day. I don't know if they were giving away free sandwiches for the first day, or just because it's a Chick-fil-A.
I thought they were just remodeling the place. I didn't know they were just putting something else there. I thought when they tore it down, they was remodeling it.
Oh yeah, they remodeled.
Yeah, they remodeled it.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is up there.
Yeah, Poppa DD was speaking on a location about the Burger King.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did he see the hole in the ground that they're putting there now?
Did you see the hole in the ground, Papa?
Yeah, they're building the building.
Uh-huh.
They tore out that whole area where they used to have an area where they did the wholesale district down there. That whole wholesale district is being uprooted.
See, I live in there. I'm like the mayor in this area. So across from the Burger King, there was a liquor store.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
They got rid of that too. And the Chinese store down the street. Remember Yum Yums? The Chinese store right next to where you get the
Yums first of the year. Okay. They left the first New Year's Day. Okay. Now the liquor store, they knocked it down 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Right.
Right behind the liquor store, there was a storage place, right?
Mm-hmm.
The government. Oh, no. The government was using the storage place for the homeless people to put their stuff in. They was renting it from the people.
Really?
Right. Now, all of a sudden, the company that owned the building, they sold it to a developer. Because one of my neighbors had stuff in there, and they sent everybody letters and said you had X amount of days to get it out of there. They're getting ready to tear that down and build condos.
Exactly, that whole area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also, if you notice, the police were on that block. They're gone. Remember the police was on that block too?
Sure.
But do you see? But do you see what's on? But do you see what's on the corner of M Street and Second? the big REI Court Bike Shop. Did you see that?
Yeah.
An arena. It's an arena. It's a high-end cafe. All that merge takes up the whole block. It takes between 2nd and M and 3rd and M.
They used to be at the old Ice House.
It was
to the grand opening, stood in line, and all they
you don't play that. It was an amphitheater.
Yeah.
Amphitheater there also. But it's just like I said, it's like, and you know, it's really good that you put the insight. But right across the street from a liquor store also was a Chinese store called Yum Yums.
Right there. Yeah, the first of the year they left.
You know what? I don't want to elaborate on this too much further. But one other thing they closed also, there was a charter school on the corner right there. They keep the kids out of that. No, it's gone. The kids aren't there no more. It's closed. It's there, but the kids aren't there no more.
Yes,
they're not there. If you're the mayor, you about to get out there because you need to get out there more, Mr. Mayor. Next door to that, they build a Planned Parenthood.
No, that's right in the middle. They have the elementary on the corner, and where it used to be next to the what is it? It used to be a glass shop there. That's the junior high part of it, of the school.
Well, anyway, they're not. The kids aren't in the school anymore.
Oh, yes, they are. I see them every day. They're still there.
Okay, Mr. Mayor. I think he got that one, Papa.
Okay, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Well, thank you for calling, Mr. Mayor of Northeast.
5 years, you come through Florida Avenue the next 5 years, the gas station is going to.
What, the Hess?
Yes, it's going to.
It's already gone.
But they can't get rid of the landmark, which is the quote-unquote tire shop. They can't get rid of that. That's 24/7.
No, they don't get rid of that. They're not going to get rid of that. Because people need that.
Oh.
People need that. They need that.
No, because the way they have it now, they're trying to get the Subway sandwich shop out now. They're trying to get them out.
Really?
That's what they need to.
Well, trying to put condos there?
That's just
the union wants them out. They want them out of there.
Ooh.
Okay. They need to go. I ate a
probably
sandwich there one time.
Probably because it's 24 hours, and they probably think that it promotes.
It's a new law now in certain areas of the district. You're not supposed to go to places and buy food that you can't eat before you pay for. Okay. So they're moving all these fast food places out. They're moving them in certain areas. They're moving them. They got to go.
Well, because those places are patronized by black folks. That's
right.
Wait a minute. What's the new law again, Mayor?
Like you go in Checkers, McDonald's, all them. They have it now in certain locations. They only putting them fast food in certain locations. They don't want them like round here because they want you to be able to sit down and taste your food before you pay for it. Okay.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right.
And then,
well, that's a long way to go because I think.
All right, they want to sit down.
One more question. With Nova Station next door, they're putting the movie theaters there.
Yeah, they're gonna have probably 10 or 12 movie theater there.
Where's this at now?
It's Angelique. That's just the iceberg. When I went up there before, they said they put in like a 12 movie theater area in that area.
Where's this at? Where Brothers Restaurant, that little restaurant?
At the top of the hill, where the ice cream place is.
Across the street from the hotel.
Okay.
All right. Okay, well, that's what we were talking about to our listeners is D.C., Northeast, it's the black folks that are being moved out. They're closing Chinese stores, Burger King, Popeyes on 8th Street. Everywhere that has anybody
of color
doing anything that has to do with you want a good meal, they want to get rid of it. But I don't think that 8th Street will ever be a reality because that place is a dump. The stores aren't consistent. Some stores are old and decrepit. And it's not consistent, and so 8th Street will be a failure. I think that'll be Mel Bowser's
I gotta disagree with you on that one. 8th Street is up and booming.
No, it's not. It's
because
horrible.
The trolleys.
I see it every morning.
They are jumping
the trolleys
off
moving.
Those trolleys.
But those buildings are so unorthodox, and they're half of them closed down.
They are bar hopping.
Well, that's because they don't know what else to do. They're strangers there.
That's all.
But anybody that has want to spend their money in the right way and have a consistent night won't go there because it's very inconsistent.
You have any insight on that, Mr. Mayor? On the 8th Street corridor?
8th Street, it's going to go down, okay? Because they closed a lot of bars. They closed a lot of bars up down there now.
Well, what about the little stupid tattoo collars and all the other crap that?
There's 6 days. They had a bar right down the corner. It's gone. They closed down.
Okay, but that's just one and few.
Probably not survive.
I mean, it's just I don't know. I think that you really can't. The biggest problem I say is going to go because you can't knock down things and not put the aspect of life in there. They've gotten rid of the AutoZone across the street from Popeyes. AutoZone's not even there. Yes, they got rid of AutoZone. And they're taking everything that has to do with humanity because they feel like these people are riding bicycles and don't need an AutoZone. Remember AutoZone right across the street from there?
Across from the Popeyes.
They killed it. They killed it. They said we ride bicycles and we ride the shuttle. What is that thing you said? The trolley.
What, they going to put a yoga place there?
I don't know, but if you have a car, don't worry about it because we're going to give you a bicycle.
The Atlas. The yoga place at the Atlas. Got to see it. They do yoga in there.
But I do like the yoga with the big picture windows, so don't you can keep this.
But you know what? They did replace the liquor store and put yoga there. But you know what? This is a whole show in itself right here. 8th Street corridor, just DC period. So maybe next week we're going to get into that next week. But thanks for calling, Mayor. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Mayor. Northeast called.
All right, and there you have it. We just heard from the mayor of Northeast.
Wow. That's a whole show there.
Well, I just want to say this here.
This is your living
in
for
reference,
the city,
it really is. I'm gonna just to save time, just to keep it running right. I just like to say for our listeners out here, we didn't mean to put you in a spill of DC. I'm new to DC myself, but I've been around DC enough to see what's going on. And as far as I'm concerned, it's something that is the absolute opposite of true humanity of the way a place should be run when it comes to the connectivity of life. If you want to see a bunch of old buildings work well, take your ass to Bourbon Street in New Orleans. They will show you that door after door after door gives you rock, country, blues. You can go in there and get the go-go place. You can go in there where it's all-male bathhouse. The next one may be all-woman cat house, then jazz, and then a funky band in this one. These are all old buildings, but they jumping, depending on what you desire. And some may have the frozen mixed drinking, and some may have a restaurant. Next one's this and that. Bourbon Street has an array, and if 8th Street doesn't fill up those stores, and I'm not going to disrespect the oldness of things, but you got to fill them. You got to fill those stores. So right now they're building things and they're running the trolley and everything, but there's a lot of holes there. And they try to get the landmark things. Your boy went there from, what's that place that sells the dogs and all, the famous place in D.C. for black folks?
What, Petco?
No.
I don't know.
The place that they have on the corner there now. They were on in Chinatown. They moved over to 8th Street. Ben's Chili something.
Ben's Chili Bowl?
Yeah, Ben's Chili. He got his place over there. I guess he's following suit. I guess some developer told him to come. They want anything that looks good and sounds good. It has nothing to do with the humanity of people. And what gets me is that they're trying to build up 8th Street, but right down the street you have a street called Benning Road, which is blacker than blacker than blacker than blacker than black, which is like a stone throw away. So how is that whole 8th Street that they're trying to get Angloed out going to merge with Benning Road? Because like Ketel said, the Heckinger corner right there is the dividing line. That's the railroad tracks right there, right? Heckinger, Maryland Avenue, and now Chick-fil-A is on Maryland Avenue, which is the street that divides the soul from the wax. Once you cross Maryland Avenue, you're into the 24-hour laundromat on Benning Road.
Oh, well.
And if you got a 24-hour laundromat, you are officially in the hood. Know it. I got to wash my drawers. It's 2 a.m. Shit, I'm going to wash my drawers. Benning Ave, right on Benning Road. Anyway, I'm going to stop beating up on it. But anyway, God bless D.C. I'm wrapping up my segment with that. I've been in D.C. for a couple of years now. I've learned it. I understand it. I haven't gotten other places. There's another place I got to venture on as far as 14th Street. Last time I was in 14th Street, I was down there buying some coochie. Anyway, 14th's come a long way.
Boy.
And there's another place called, what's the other place they got called,
I don't know. You tell us.
No, there's another area in D.C. I haven't got there yet. There's a place called something Mercer's Mark or something they.
What, Eastern Market?
No, the other thing in D.C. that people go to. That's where the young kid went to.
Adams Morgan?
Adams Morgan.
Oh, okay.
There's another place. I've never been there before. But then also people go to Alexandria, Virginia. There's an old city over there where people go there and get boat rides. Old Town, right. And things like that. And you have Annapolis where people go out there to the different restaurants. They walk around down there in Annapolis where the sailors are, the midshipmen, going to be Navy officers. So there's a lot going on in the D.C. Maryland area, you know. But don't let it bother you. You know, maintain your thing. Don't worry about what they're doing because who knows where it's going to lead. Anytime they start knocking down liquor stores and Popeyes and Burger Kings and AutoZones,
be afraid.
Be afraid.
Oh my God!
You took away my Burger King, my Popeyes, and my AutoZone.
Oh,
Giggity. What do I do now? Now you got me on a bicycle.
And my checkers.
And I'm eating hard-boiled eggs already. I'm going to the store buying hard-boiled eggs off the shelf, and the salt comes in a little packet. And I'm paying $3.99 for one hard-boiled egg. Damn.
What kind of world is that?
Yeah, here we go. So as my beautiful black folks out there, don't fall for that bullshit.
All right now. Thank you, Pop.
All right, we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to see what's going on the West Coast.
All right.
Okay, we got quite a bit here. So go ahead and keep it rolling.
All right, what's happening in Hollywood?
Little Kim. I haven't heard from her in a minute. Unfortunately, she has lost her multi-million-dollar Alpine, New Jersey mansion to foreclosure.
Ooh.
That's in Bergen County. You familiar with that, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Berkeley, of course.
The artist who toured last year with P. Diddy as part of the Bad Boy family reunion bought the contemporary home. Did I miss that? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought I missed something.
Okay.
She bought the contemporary home on 2 acres in 2002 for $2.275 million. But apparently she's been struggling to make the payments for years. Foreclosure proceedings were put in place by the HSBC Bank against Little Kim, which her real name is, who cares, Kimberly Jones. I'd rather hear Little Kim.
Okay.
In 2010. So it's been going on 7 years. So Little Kim and the bank have been in mediation since 2015. But the judge ruling last month, they said Little Kim, that she's in default. And she needs to pay $1.9 million.
That's a lot of money.
Including interest and taxes.
And lawyer fees.
So, yeah.
When's the last time she dropped a record?
That's a good question. Because she just had a baby about a year or two ago. Yeah. Now that Little Kim has been found in default, the home will be hit the auction block. Foreclosure auctions are often delayed, and Little Kim has until 10 days after the auction to come up with the funds to reclaim the house. If not, she has to be out and she has to vacate in 30 days.
Wow. She's
a native of Brooklyn, in the Bergen County for 20 years. She did buy a house back in 2005 for $450,000, townhouse, and then she ended up selling that for $785,000. Remember, she did go to prison for about a year for lying to a federal grand jury about her friend's involvement in 2001 shooting. I'm like, really?
I wonder if line 45 will go to jail.
Okay.
Anyway.
I ain't going to touch that.
Okay.
Kerry Washington and Eva Longoria They're going to team up for a workplace comedy called 24/7. Actress Kerry Washington and Eva Longoria will work both sides of the camera. They're going to be the co-producers, and they're going to star in this particular TV series.
Okay, now.
The storyline is kept under wraps. The script comes from a pitch by Baltimore-based screenwriter Sarah Rothschild.
Who's what, nobody?
She's a writer on Love Unscripted for Awesomeness TV, the Universal Comedy, The Gauntlet, and The Dog Walker. So she's written some things.
Okay, never heard of it, but all right.
Interesting. I'm not sure if you guys know George Clooney and his wife, Alma Clooney. They had twins. Twins' name is Ella and Alexander.
Was there a surrogate involved in that?
No, didn't hear it, unless it's hush-hush. Who knows?
Probably was.
I think she
I mean,
had
because
those
she's slim and beautiful. I don't think she want to lose that figure.
I
think she had those babies.
Well, I guess we'll see. I guess.
And was that George Clooney's actual peni that made the baby, or?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm just curious.
You think you got it at Walmart.com?
No, I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, with the age of the people.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
she's
true.
a real slim goodie.
Right,
and
I know.
She probably don't want to lose that body.
Who knows? I mean, money talk, BS walk. That's
and
all
I think
I
the shellac coming out of George Clooney's penile today is not lucrative. It's not ice cream color anymore. It's not vanilla ice cream color.
Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. Vivica Fox is being sued. Business partner Jean-Claude Lamar for stealing male strippers.
Oh no!
Sounds like a reality show.
For that girl.
Vivica Fox finds herself in the crosshairs of her former business partner Jean-Claude Lamar, who was accusing her of essentially stealing several dancers from the Black Magic all-male dancer review.
Oh, male dancer.
He also said she badmouthed him, and now he's suing. Lamar says his partnership with Vivica fell apart when she went on the Breakfast Club and said the Black Magic guys don't strip for gay men. The LGBTQ community blasted her, and Lamar says Vivica got pissed at him when she distanced himself from her. Okay.
Whatever.
So
did she steal the dancers?
Well, you know what though?
It's a tit for tat.
If you don't mind, I'd like to comment on that.
Go ahead.
I think that first of all, what Vivica Fox said is correct in some respect, because a dancer has no obligation just because he's a dancer to dance for gay men if he's not gay. If he doesn't want that particular touch on him, or he wants to worry about his reputation, because if somebody gives him $100 bill at a show, the next day he sees that gay man downtown, and the gay man said, oh, so you ain't going to speak to me?
Oh, okay.
And I gave you $150 last night in your G-string, and he's walking with his girlfriend now. Because once you take off your G-string and put your clothes on, you're not a dancer anymore, you're a regular person.
Right.
So I think that, a dancer has the option to do. Some dancers go, and when you dance for gay men, being a male dancer, that's called dancing underground. Just so you know. Anyway.
Okay. Also, she said in the lawsuit, Lamar says Vivica actively tried to torpedo promotions for his show by calling it a fake, quote-unquote fake, and telling her fans to avoid black magic like the plague. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, she had the reality show about the black dancers.
Right, the black
male
magic,
dancers.
right.
Okay, I'm confused now.
It's crazy. I don't know.
Because wasn't it on Lifetime?
Yeah.
It's very lucrative.
So I'm thinking.
I'm surprised Lifetime picked that up.
Right, I thought
it's
Lifetime got in contact with Vivica Fox and said, you want to do this show, and so she got the dancers together. So, but she had a business partner, this guy, Jean-Claude Lamar. So maybe he was gay, I'm guessing, and he wanted to do a show maybe for a gay crowd, and she was like, ain't happening.
Well, also some of the dancers were probably gay. And when male dancers get together, in most cases, 25% of them are gay.
Right.
So.
But I mean, they probably said no.
That was a clash right there.
Right.
A lot of them now worry about their reputation going forward.
Right.
Most of your male dancers. So anyway, but male dancing is a very lucrative business.
I would
run a male dancing establishment as opposed to female dancing, because Female dancers are all, no disrespect to them, but they're all over the place.
I'm quite sure.
They're all over the place.
One last note. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. David Adjaye.
Sounds good to me.
He's a designer that designed the Smithsonian's the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
Okay.
And he was awarded what they call Knightship, the Queen.
Oh, England.
Right.
Oh.
He was
knighted.
Right. The grandson did it. Right. So he is a designer / architect. He just he's designed quite a bit of things. So
I heard about that.
Yeah,
Something about the building has the hat of the queen or something. Or
that's what they say. It looks like the hat of the queen.
Okay.
African queen. Let me get that
African
correctly.
queen, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The African queen.
Not that one that old girl.
I'm gonna leave that.
Not the one that she wears with the matching coat.
Yeah.
Not the
All
powder
right.
blue with
Well,
the
good job,
powder.
Ketel.
That was a good job.
All right. Get into the cocktail of the week now.
All right.
Yeah, I used to run dance myself, so therefore I'm a little more familiar with that.
I'm quite sure.
Anyway, we did a drink tonight called a peach gender jubilee.
A peach
giblet? What was it? Giblet?
You done had too many of them.
Let me do
You laugh at me, you know. All right.
Yeah, I'll do this, and you get to kiss the list. You ready for that?
All right.
It's the peach ginger julep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. And this makes 4 servings, but what we found is that this recipe, it was a bit heavy on the mint.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go with the recipe, we recommend cut back on the mint.
Yeah, it's good.
But it was 2 peaches, roughly chopped, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and it said a 1/4 cup of mint, but I'm thinking maybe
a couple leaves.
Probably maybe half of that.
Half a leaf. If you haven't mint,
I wouldn't say a half a leaf. You're not going to
red wine is the reason why we're drinking.
Anyway, 2 cups of bourbon, crushed ice, and some ginger ale. You're going to put it, muddle the peaches and sugar and the mint in a pitcher, a small pitcher or a big glass, whatever you have. Stir the bourbon in and let it sit for 15 minutes. And then you want to fill your glasses with crushed ice. Strain the peach bourbon mixture into the glasses and top it off with ginger ale. It's very tasty, and this is called a peach ginger julep.
All right.
And we'll post the recipe on the website at apajamaparty.com. And I'm going to kick it over to Poppa DD to tell us about the Kiss It list,
Anyway,
which he is now on.
If red wine makes that drink at your party, make sure you stop and get a 12-pack of beer.
Oh, anyway.
In case she messes up.
Tell us about the Kiss It list that you're on tonight.
All right, the Kiss It list is a list that we compiled of people that showed their butt hiney and did something wrong or did something crazy. We're going to start off with red wine with that mint. We're going to call her red wine mint. Because she went crazy on that mint tonight, and that I felt like I was drinking
moving on.
Paul's mental ellipsis. I was having a mental ellipsis OD.
Yeah.
Anyway, on the Kiss List tonight, people that been messed up, and we're going to honor them as such.
What is the Kiss It list?
It's a list where people...
Oh, I'm sorry. I had too much julep.
Anyway, let's talk about the House Speaker, Paul Ryan. He's such a kiss-ass. He's saying he's new at the government, so he's new to the government. He's a House Speaker. He's
saying Trump is new. He's making excuses for Trump. He's new.
He's been kissing Trump's ass since day one. And I know Chris Christie is so glad he's not amongst that mess.
I'm sure.
Okay, he's like, you know what? God is so good.
All the time.
Anyway, House Speaker Paul Ryan, a Republican from Wisconsin, some little two streetlight town, was saying that Donald Trump is new at government, and so therefore I think that he's learning as he goes. Oh, really? So who do we get to make bombs in this world? Somebody that just doesn't know what they're doing? Anyway, explaining how Trump could have thought it was okay to lean on the FBI director to drop a criminal investigation. Oh, really, Ryan?
Yeah.
How the hell are you getting in Trump's world? Because he's scared to death. He's scared to death. He know he'd do something wrong, Trump will whack his pee-pee. Anyway, racist idiots at a Starbucks in Chicago for calling a black man a slave and other dumb remarks.
Yes.
Okay, Trump again for accusing, what is that, Quita?
Oh, Qatar?
Qatar.
Carter?
No,
Qatar?
this says Qatar.
Yeah.
For supporting terrorists. Qatar. Okay, it's a country. Qatar for supporting terrorism, not knowing that the U.S. has a critical air base with 10,000 troops there.
Yeah.
So he's talking about a place where we have people there. Anyway, Eric Trump, his son, Eric is, I don't know.
Oh my
they
God.
claim Eric
He's
is
an airhead.
yeah, they claim he's the dodo bird of the family. You know, one child rose up.
That blondie? Is that the blondie?
Yeah, the blonde. Hi, I'm Eric. Hi, I'm Eric.
Eric,
For saying that the Democrats are not real people. Okay, Eric. Got anything else to say, Eric?
Robot?
I don't know what.
I'm Democrat. I'm Democrat. I'm Democrat. I'm a robot. I'm a Democrat.
What does he eat? Gerber food, I think, Eric.
I don't know.
Anyway, Donald Trump Jr. for saying that the stock market raising proves that his father is innocent. What? What the hell does the stock market got to do with your father being innocent? That family is a trip. Katy Perry and Taylor Swift for keeping the beef between them alive.
Huh?
I don't know why that is.
They got some stupid beef that's been going on
well,
for like
because
forever.
first of all, I think
nobody cares. What's the beef now?
Taylor Swift is making a ton of money, but she wish she had carried Katy Perry's titties. Without a doubt.
Maybe she wish she had Katy Perry's
man. She looked at it and said, you know what? I think it's the titties, to be honest with you.
Okay.
She said, you know what? I'm built like a 5-year-old.
Taylor. I'll put you on the kissing list, Papa.
Taylor Swift said, I got plenty of money. She's worth $200 million. But she looks in the mirror and she says, I'm built like a 5-year-old. If I could just get Katy Perry's titties, I'll be fine.
What else do we have?
Anyway, and John McCain for using his time during the they call me questions to ask questions about Hillary Clinton's confusing
he
everybody.
He Comey, and he's talking about, well, let me ask you about Hillary's email.
Well, first of all, how old is John McCain? 950 years old? People up there in that, you got to understand.
What we got for him, Papa?
The mental lifters up there must be horrible. We're gonna. This song is dedicated to everybody. Let's give them a little song.
Okay, yeah, this is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine. We're going to go into our last word. And my last word is that the proven fact of life and money and things of this nature as far as being happy is concerned, which proves the fact that Taylor Swift definitely wants more titties to go with that money.
Okay.
And she's pissed at Katy Perry because Katy Perry has a hell of a rack. And that's it, what I want to say
And my
tonight.
last word is thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And tune in next Friday night when we're going to do this all again. It's a crazy ride, but we will be riding again Friday night. Over to you, Ketel.
My last word is thanks to the old listeners, new listeners, and future listeners. And if those future listeners are another color, it's fine with us. It's fine. We appreciate you listening. And black folks out there, y'all need to get with the gentrification. Y'all need to understand it, what's going on. They woke, and like Redwine said, stay woke, and y'all need to educate yourself.
Yeah, first they got to wake up.
They're building buildings right in front of your eyes.
And then educate yourself
10 stories high.
about your area. Don't be like, oh, they just moved in. No, they've been working, like Papa said. Y'all have a good night.
Where's the Burger King? Where they do that Burger King?
Where's the beef?
Where's that Popeye?
All right. And on that note, we're going to say good night.
Say good night, Papa.
Good night. One more thing I want to say. If you go up to the Popeyes after it's been knocked down, you ain't paying attention. It's knocked down, for God's sake. They had to close it out and move everything out, but they knocked it down.
Say good night, Papa.
And you just getting there. And you just getting to the Popeyes and it's closed and knocked down.
We'll see you next
and
Friday.
And you go in front of the Popeyes and say, what did that Popeyes?
We're going to get Papa some Popeyes.
Popeyes here.
See you next week. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown that day, join the party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. Pajama Party, grown that day, join the party. Pajama Party Crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.